Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maor. What happens after we die? Now, you didn't really think that when you finish watching this video, you're going to know and have absolute truth, right? It's all about gaining information, knowledge, and experiences until a threshold of experiences and knowledge is gained to create a belief and then to create a knowingness. So I'm going to give you a few different options and see which one vibrates with the current you that exists right now and see if that works out for you. The idea that I like the most about the death process itself of the human being, of course, I come from an understanding that there are incarnations, and I do believe in the creation of a soul. I don't believe that everything just ends. I think that we are part of something that is much greater. Do we have evidence of that? Only the intuitive knowledge. Okay, the intuitive knowledge and two experiences, the past life experiences that I had. One of them was on the almost dying and literally moving. My soul moved out of the body, outside of the void, where I have felt and experienced the true unity, the light and the darkness, and of non-duality and God's creation. It was a very exciting experience for me, and it brought me back with a lot of knowledge and a lot of understanding. And after that, I have stopped many things that were bad and virtually bad for me and negative for me in my life, and I've changed completely. There was a time that I almost felt manic and depressed because of that, because I understood the totality of this existence, the dual limitation of the human body and the human soul, and what I can actually experience here versus what I can actually experience there. But eventually I accepted it. I accepted the human journey, and I decided to put my whole self into it, everything. Spirituality, materialism, getting married, having children, being a human being, it's just like being a human being, enjoying what this amazing world has to offer. So what happens after you die, or in the process? In the books of Seth, he describes a process that happens when the body dies, but the consciousness is still stuck in the 3D world. So you are shown a person according to your belief system. For example, if you're Jewish, this person can be Moses, and if you're Christian, then this person can be Jesus, and if you're Muslim, then this person can be Muhammad, and this person explains to you, and you slowly vibrate out of the 3D consciousness, and they explain to you what happened, and they kind of like show you parts of your life, and you're in that void, sort of like you just woke up from a bad dream, or somebody woke you up too early, and you're still not totally awake, and you're beginning to remember who you are, what this bed is, where you are, and which country you are right now, sort of like something like that, until at one point you get it. You remember your name, you remember your essence, you remember you are part of something that is much bigger than just a single human being. Now, a lot of people, it's like they want to simplify things by saying there's a human being and there's creation, and when a human being stops being a human being, he moves back into creation. It's true, but there's a hierarchy. There's different levels of vibrations. And for example, a human being is a part of the human soul, and there's an oversoul. So the oversoul can be split into 10, 20 different human beings, all experiencing something together. There's the group, the spiritual group that you came here with, and you continuously incarnate with them. You're playing a role with them. So one time you are the father, one time you are the mother, one time you are the lover, and you kind of like get familiar with them in life. And these people, you have immediate understanding that who they are. You just look at them in the eye and say, I recognize you. There's a recollection that happens there. Okay, so the oversoul is a part of something that, again, is bigger. So there's a part of a civilization, a part of a planet, there's so many different levels on the way. So when you die, you become a part of something that is bigger than yourself. You might not reach all the way to creation just between one death. You might stay at this point, looking back at your life and planning the new life, because you don't want to move out of this vacation. There's a reason why you came here to begin with. And most of us light workers came here to help save the planet. We are souls that have been called upon to bring our light and our knowledge. We are born with it. There's nothing that we can do about it. We feel like outsiders in this world. But it was right after in the 50s, in the 60s, after the Second World War, there was a wave of people that came here that sort of like are going to change the planet. And they have. And the souls that are coming in today, the younger ones, are even more developed spiritually, more individualistic. You can look in their eyes and you can see how fast they get things. That's because recollection occurs when you begin to wake up. And for most of us, waking up begins, in our teenage years. And after, when we're about 30, the whole soul and the oversoul, everything, all the memories of who you truly are, they're already embedded in the body. And then the individual that is awakening can make the decision if he wants to continue his life sleeping or if he wants to continue waking up and slowly recollect who they truly are. So that's Seth theory, after death. Other simplistic idea is reincarnation. Reincarnation means that the human journey, which is full of obstacles and wonders, and there's a few things that we have to do, it's sort of like when we pre-planned this life, then we look back and we say, did we achieve this? Did my heart break at the age of 10 and made me understand who better deserves my energy? Did I become a millionaire at the age of 35? And if not, what did I make? What are the mistakes that I made if that was the original plan, Did I become a spiritual teacher for me or stuff like that? But when you look back at it and you analyze it, you try to understand the lessons from it and you try to create a new life in a different timeline maybe, same Earth maybe an alien planet, it really depends on where your soul came from, because from what I understand, we usually incarnate in the same place over and over until we finish a cycle. Now, what happens after you finish a cycle? You can go back and support remotely, or you can stay and create a new cycle in a completely different dimension with completely different experiences, the type that a non-dual mind can understand, but it's really hard for me to explain using words, because words are from our dual expression. It's from the 3D world. We cannot think without words anymore, like a baby thinks, completely abstract, and that's why they're more connected, and that's why they can see things and feel things that we cannot, because we have limited ourselves in some way. So that's the second thing that can actually happen. Third thing, complete unity, go back to creation, become one with God. But then you supposedly lose the identity of the self. Now, the identity of the self is the ego self. It's the mental self. It's the construct that we have created to become separate from one another. Complete unity means that we are breaking down those barriers and we are beginning to be as one. Is it more joyful? Is it happier for the individual? One can say. You can feel that it's more right maybe in some existence, but I have to remind you that we came here for a reason, and we came here to serve. We came here from a higher dimension in order to serve other people, in order to achieve or allow the planet to achieve ascension, which is moving from the 3D to the 5D. And that means every human being on the planet eventually is going to move through that ascension. And we are here to quicken that process by being true to ourselves, by representing knowledge and innocence and believe in others and love and gentleness, not just being happy. Happiness is a part of it. It's something that happens automatically when we surrender to our true self, because the experience of love is our true nature. So ask yourself, what do you think happens when you die? And you should understand that when you are going to die, ask yourself, am I afraid of death? Which part of me is afraid of that? Is it my ego, which is afraid of any type of change? Is it because I don't know what's going to happen? Is it because I feel that I haven't fulfilled everything that I wanted to fulfill in this lifetime? Is it because I'm afraid of the ones that I love, and how they're going to react or how they're going to get along without me, all these type of things? Because I can tell you that when you do die and when you move beyond the void, you don't look at this place in the same way that you look at it from here being a human being in the 3D world. You don't take the same responsibility. You don't consider it in the same way. You don't love it in the same way. Everything is very, very different. I'm not saying that you hate it. It's just very different. It's not good or bad. It's a good or bad or it's experiences of 3D. It's a dual experience. The human emotion is a dual experience. We want to say that God is love and God is light because we don't have another definition, but we understand that God is also darkness because it's all together. So when you move out of that, that is the experience of death. And it's not a bad experience at all. It's quite illuminating. It's quite exciting that you go back into that state. But just know that there's always a choice. You go back and you can choose to continue. The only reason why you die is because you feel that you have served enough and you have done enough for this character or this avatar for this and this amount of time. You have served it, or there is a soul contract that you pre-created in order to make someone else experience negativity, positivity. It's all aligned, and it's a beautiful orchestra of this amazing system. And you are aligned with others, and your paths are skewed one into the other, and everything is just as it should be. So even when you die, you should understand that it's not the end, it's the beginning of something else. It's just a dot inside a whole universe of experiences. So don't be afraid. And don't be sad. When somebody else dies, it comes to teach us something as well. Don't be afraid, because there's more to experience. And this is never ending. It's literally never ending. Like when you see the limitless of the experiences, the bodies that we took, the soul that we meet, the experiences that we have accumulated, and understand that we are everything together, and we're also just a grain of sand. And it's amazing to see it, you know, in that non-dual state, which I hope that everyone will experience at one point. Hopefully not when you die, but before that, when you're still alive, because it will change your perspective about life. Thank you very much for watching me, my friends. My name is Maor. If you enjoyed this video, check out my workshops on raymaor.com. Namaste, and I will see you in my next video.